Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone's having an excellent week so far. Let's go ahead and take a look off the coast. We can see this big circulation down to the south off Southern California. That's actually what brought the swell over the past weekend. Now this thing is departing from the area, and with that the swell is going to gradually die down, but thankfully we have another system up in the Pacific Northwest that's going to be impacting our weather here locally over the coming week. Alright, focusing up towards the north, we see two low pressure systems kind of side by side, but circulating counterclockwise. We want to focus this time on the one to the right, closer to Alaska and British Columbia. That's actually going to continue heading to the east, but a piece of energy of it is going to break off, and that's going to create some pretty nice ground swell starting Monday evening, and eventually we'll see a cold front come through Monday night into Tuesday morning and produce some pretty massive waves across the entirety of Southern California. Let's go ahead and look back here locally. This is Monday morning, 6 a.m. The ground swell left over from this weekend is pretty weak by this point in time, but we start to see the secondary ground swell start to pick up as that storm system approaches off in the northwest. We see waves begin to increase through the morning hours. Still pretty light though until about noon, 3 o'clock. That's when we really expect them to pick up quite a bit. West-facing beaches are going to see larger waves as usual. Oxnard, you could see 3 to 4 foot swells. Same with San Diego, and areas down near the Mexican border could see 4+ foot swells. So looking pretty good for Monday afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the winds during this time period. See, this is Monday early morning. See, there's offshore winds, could be, or Santa Ana winds near LA, could be pretty strong, but thankfully they do die down throughout the day, making for some pretty good surfing conditions. This is 9 a.m. Almost calm conditions up near Santa Barbara. Unfortunately, waves there won't be pretty big, but as we go forward, we see winds are relatively calm basically all day long. By Tuesday morning, we see the cold front has passed through the entire area south of San Diego, so we see winds shift out of the northwest for basically everyone. Through the morning hours, there might be a couple areas that have ideal surfing conditions from LA. Up near Oxnard, winds will be relatively light, but throughout the day we see those winds really pick up going through the afternoon. We see this is 11 a.m. and they are continuing to get worse and worse. We're looking at anywhere between 15 and 25 mile per hour winds across basically the entire area. Some places will be worse than others. Oxnard, we can see pretty strong gusts up there, 25 plus. Down to the south, it'll be a little bit lighter, but still not ideal surfing conditions. If you want to go out, you can. The swells are going to be pretty big. If we go ahead and take a look at the swells on Tuesday, they start out during the day pretty big already. Down to the south, San Diego, you're looking at 5 to 6 foot swells, and they only build throughout the day as we see that ground swell mix in with the wind swell throughout the day. And yeah, everyone's getting some pretty impressive waves, especially the west-facing beaches. South-facing beaches won't be quite as, they won't see waves quite as big, but the west-facing beaches especially see some pretty impressive waves. Winds come down pretty significantly by Wednesday morning. Now, the cold front isn't going to do a whole lot to our high temperatures, but to our lows, those are going to come down by about 10 degrees. So Wednesday morning will be quite chilly. We'll see low temperatures in the upper 30s to the north, low 40s to the south. So it will be pretty cold if you want to go surfing Wednesday morning and Thursday morning for that matter, but winds thankfully will be a lot lighter. And throughout the day, They really calm down even more. We actually see the Santa Ana winds kind of return in a couple locations, so that should help to warm us up through the afternoon a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the swell on Wednesday, and we can see that the swell does come down pretty significantly, but we're still looking at a couple locations that could see some decent ground swell. Oxnard, you're one of them, looking at 4+ feet. Down near San Diego, as always, we'll have some pretty nice ground swell, anywhere between 4 and 6 feet potentially. Basically, west-facing beaches are going to see better ground swell in comparison to the south-facing beaches, as always. Throughout the day, though, we really do see that ground swell start to dissipate as the storm system exits the area. So really you want to get out there around noon on Wednesday, whenever temperatures have warmed up and there's still a decent amount of ground swell there, and there's not going to be as strong of wind. So Wednesday around noon time is going to be your best bet. Thursday, we see the ground swell has really weakened. This is 6 a.m. and almost everyone is in between 1 and 3 feet, including San Diego. So Thursday, there's not going to be a whole lot of wind. Temperatures are going to be okay in the afternoon. It will be chilly in the morning, but unfortunately there's just not going to be a whole lot in terms of waves. They really just they die down almost completely. Your best bets on Thursday are going to be Oxnard and San Diego, where you could see 3-foot swells. So it's looking like a good day for beginners, but unfortunately, if you're looking for big waves, you're out of luck after about Wednesday afternoon, because Thursday the swells really do die down.